homepage on your browser, it would be a good idea to do that. So I'll send you a link later on how you can do that. But I just want to talk you through this page. What I tend to do is, I don't know, Brett, while you there, would you be able to maybe just let some people into the call as people come in? That would be great. Thank you. So when you head onto this hub page at the top, what you'll see is sort of some news things or some articles that we post. So we will post some things here regularly, probably every week, as we have this past week. Dr. Daryl Soul preached at our chapel service, and he preached on scenes from a call to catch. So that was a sermon. So if you click on that article, you'd be able to see the audio. This week we only have audio. Sometimes we do a video, but you'll be able to play the sermon over there from Dr. Soul. And then if you open any of the other articles, then you'll be able to see. So there's some news about the exam timetable, which we've got ahead of time. If you scroll down, these are incredibly helpful links for you. And I'm going to show you what each of them do. Microsoft Teams, you already know what it does because you've had to open the Teams app to get into this call. But if you click on the BTC email link, that will open Outlook. And that will be all the emails that go to your BTC email address. I would encourage you to use this email for all of your BTC correspondence rather than your Gmail or your any other address. It just keeps all your BTC things in one place. So that is your email. If you click on the Microsoft Word link, that will open the online version of Microsoft Word. So I'd say to you, well, you would have got this in your welcome letter, that as part of your account, you get free access to Microsoft Office 365 online. And so this is the online version of Word. And so you're able to come in here, you can open a blank document and you can start your Word document. I did also send the tech guide, which has a tutorial of how to use these things on the WhatsApp group. If you don't have that yet, we will make sure that you get that as well. For those of you who don't have it yet, you can also just let me know in the chat that you don't have it. I'm going to come back to Schoology. And then the EBSCOhost link, if you open that link, EBSCOhost is the platform where you're able to find articles or where you're able to find your textbooks. So if you are doing an assignment, for example, on worship, and you go into EBSCO and you type worship, you'll be able to find journal articles that have been written about worship, so you can access them now with PDF. If there is no access button, it means that we don't have access to that. But for the most part, you will see most of the articles that are there have access now buttons. Another thing that we have, other than just the articles, is we have some of your course books. I'm trying to think of one of the course book names. So let's click on New Testament theology. I'm going to add a filter and I'm going to make it a book. So if there are books, you'd also be able to access them. We have a separate video, a training video that I'm also going to send you on Monday. So you are going to get quite a few emails from me on Monday, but we actually have had a training session with EBSCOhost and they did a training on this that is much better than what I could do. So I'm rather going to share that training session with you. But EBSCOhost is where you can access your course books and great resources for your assignments. Then if we go back here to the hub, the other thing that you can link to is the Nexus portal. I'm also not going to spend much time on that right now because the only time you're really going to go to your Nexus portal is at the beginning of the semester when you need to do your course enrollment, which most of you have done. And then at the end of the semester to see your final grades for the semester. What I do want to focus on is Schoology. So I'm going to open up Schoology over here. And when you open Schoology, it's going to take you to this page, or your landing page might look more like that, where it takes you to your courses. All of your courses that you are enrolled in should be here as a list. And then when you want to go into a course, you will just click on, so for example, let me show you 2025 semester 1 theology and practice of worship. You're going to open that course, and there are a number of options here that you need to access. And Schoology needs to be the place. What I like to say to students is if you haven't been on Schoology at least once a day, you are not being an efficient student of BTC. This is second to your Bible. This is the most important platform for your theological studies at BTC. So under materials, you will have the course directive link here. This is the directive that tells you all about the course, and it also lists for you your assignments. So I'm going to use this BPS 315 course directive just to give you a bit of insight here. So you can either read it on Schoology, or if you click on that little download button over there, you'll be able to download that as a PDF. So every course directive starts the same way. It gives you the introduction to the course that you are doing. It gives you a description of the course, and then it tells you the course objectives and learning outcomes of every course. So that is important because that is a good way, especially the learning outcomes. If you want to know if you've been effective at studying this course at the end of the semester or near the end of the semester, go back to the learning outcomes and say, okay, let me test myself. Do I possess knowledge on the biblical perspective of worship? Can I provide sufficient and meaningful answers for a theology of worship? Do I understand the nature of worship? And if you answer no to any of those questions, it means you need to revisit some of the course material or some of the lecture notes. Then it gives you the resources. So for this particular course, the textbook is this one, Real Worship. It is available at our BTC bookstore for those who are doing this course. Some of the courses that have the textbooks on EBSCOhost, it will also have the EBSCOhost link here. And then the most important part, I think, is the assessments and evaluations component. This will tell you how the course is being assessed and what the assignments are. I would encourage you immediately, even today, go through all of your course assessments, do a bit of a calendar and a work plan of what your assignments are going to look like over the next couple of weeks or the next couple of months, so that you can plan your study, plan your assignments in a way that is effective and that you can actually get the work done. So this will tell me that I have a book review due on the 9th of March. All the information about the assignment is there. Please pay attention to this assignment label over here, because I'm going to show you now where you need to put that. Then requirement 2, there is another assignment and it gives information. This is a long assignment. I've given a lot of information there. And then assignment 3, and then if there is an exam, the course notes will tell you that there's an exam, and typically there will be some sample exam questions at the end of your course material to help you. So that is all in the course directive. That will give you some of the important information about finalizing it, and then also who you can contact for that. I want to go back to the materials tab. I've shown you where to find your course directive. Then I want to show you where to find your course material. So under course material, this is where you'll find your course notes. If you click on that PDF, the course notes will open. And typically for most of the courses, what you'll have is you'll have a lecture schedule. So you'll be able to see in each week, especially as a distance student, by the end of week 6, you should have got up to the end of that lecture. By the end of week 11, you should be that far, just to keep sort of in time with the contact students and the pace at which they are working. So there will be a lecture schedule, and then you'll be able to work through the course material, read the notes, engage with the notes. What some of our lecturers do is under course material, you might see an icon like this with lecture presentation. So this was our first week of lectures at PTC. And so I've added for this course a course overview document where these are the slides I spoke through, which is basically just speaking through the course directive. And then I also lectured, I did the first lecture and so that is a PowerPoint presentation which I loaded. And so students will be able to download that PowerPoint presentation. It is the slides that I used in class. I would encourage you as distance students, make a note every week to go back and have a look at the slides that the lecturers are uploading. We really are encouraging all the lecturers to do that. The reason is you'll be able to see, based on the slides, what is the lecturer highlighting, what is important, what you should know. And some of them share some video content as well. So in this lecture that I did this week, there was a video with Francis Chan that I thought was very helpful in the lecture. So you'd be able to see what was important in the lecture. Then under your assessments, this will show you where your assignments are due. And so when you are ready to submit your book review, you'll click on book review, and then you'll be able to submit this. There is a separate video that has been prepared for you. It's going to be part of the pack that you receive on Monday, specifically on how to upload your assignments and how to check them with Turnitin. I didn't want to spend time on that this morning because it's quite a bit of information. And so I didn't want you to get distracted and worried because it's a lot. So I'd rather you work through the video at your own pace. And then if you have questions, you're welcome to contact myself or Sahwema. And then under the other icons, you've got the essential guides. So how to write an assignment, the assignment cover page. I want to highlight, especially for those students who are not first-time students, the assignment cover page has changed. So every student, in the 1 minute that I've got left, every student for every assignment, you have to complete this assignment cover page. So what I would do is I would upload this as a template into your Microsoft Word. So you always start with a blank cover page, put in your name, student number, email, all of that information. And then there is an academic integrity declaration. We expect you to fill in for every assignment. This is based on our policies. And if we find that there is any plagiarism involved, there are consequences, which I'm also not going to get into right now because I want this to be a happy Saturday morning. I don't want to upset you with this. Now, all of you are doing the theological research and writing course. And so Ms. Faree, who is going to be on here later, she's actually going to spend a bit more time talking you through the assignment cover page, talking you through that course. It is going to equip you for your studies. So that is a really important page for you. So those are just the basic things that I wanted to show you for now, just how to get into the hub, how to access Schoology, how to get your course notes and your course material. Throughout the day, the lecturers are going to speak you through their course directives. So as I said, if you could get onto your course directive for the first course, which is Brett's course, I will put a link in the chat while he is speaking. But I have seen a question from Martinez. All the courses should have course material right now. If you've got one of the courses that doesn't have course material, Martinez, would you mind just popping it in the chat, telling me which course that is, so I can get that sorted for you? That is all from me. I know it is quick and it's quite a bit of information there. But again, if you would like to at any point schedule a one-on-one chat with me or with Sahwema, who is in the office, the academic administrator, we're more than happy to help you and get you acclimatized with all of the contents.